There is a quiet truth that most people never stop to consider. What if your life is far more fortunate than you have ever realized? Not because you own more, achieve more, or receive special treatment, but because your perspective quietly shapes the experiences you notice and the opportunities you embrace. Many people believe life is completely random, as if everything happens without purpose. Yet there is another way to see it. The expectations you carry inside often influence the choices you make, the confidence you project, and the possibilities you recognize. Your inner outlook becomes the lens through which your world is experienced. Thinking of yourself as fortunate is not about pretending reality is perfect. It is about choosing an empowering mindset before circumstances give you a reason to feel confident. Every meaningful change begins inside the mind before it becomes visible in daily life. People often describe certain individuals as lucky. They seem to meet the right people, discover unexpected opportunities, and recover quickly from setbacks. But if you pay close attention, many of them share one important quality. They expect good things to happen. They approach life believing that challenges can be solved and that opportunities exist, even when they cannot yet see them. That expectation changes behavior. It affects the way they speak, the decisions they make, and the confidence they carry into every situation. Others respond to that confidence, creating even more opportunities. What appears to be luck is often the result of consistent belief combined with purposeful action. Imagine waking up every morning with quiet confidence, not because everything is already perfect, but because you trust your ability to handle whatever comes next. Instead of allowing temporary problems to define your future, you treat them as obstacles that can be overcome. You stop chasing approval because your sense of value no longer depends on someone else's opinion. You begin making decisions from confidence instead of fear. The future becomes something you prepare for rather than something you worry about. When delays appear, you refuse to see them as permanent failure. Instead, you ask yourself what lesson they might contain or what better opportunity may still be ahead. Rejection no longer becomes the end of your story. It simply points you toward a different direction. Gratitude also changes. You no longer wait until life feels perfect before appreciating it. You become thankful for your progress, your growth, and the opportunities already around you. This habit trains your mind to notice possibilities instead of limitations. As your mindset changes, your actions naturally follow. You become more approachable. You communicate with greater confidence. You notice solutions that fear once hid from your view. People are drawn toward positive, optimistic individuals because confidence creates trust. The biggest mistake many people make is believing they must first receive success before feeling successful. In reality, confidence usually comes first. The attitude you practice today shapes the opportunities you recognize tomorrow. You do not need a perfect background, unlimited resources, or extraordinary circumstances to begin living differently. What you need is a decision. Decide to believe that growth is possible. Decide to expect opportunities instead of constantly expecting disappointment. Walk into every room prepared to contribute. Face every challenge believing you can learn from it. Approach each day expecting that something valuable can happen, even if you don't yet know what it will be. Your thoughts alone do not magically change reality, but they strongly influence your focus, your decisions, your persistence, and the way others respond to you. Over time, those small changes create remarkable results. You are not powerless. Every day you choose your attitude, your response, and your direction. The story you repeatedly tell yourself becomes the foundation for the life you build. So instead of asking, "Why am I unlucky?" begin asking, "What opportunities have I not noticed yet?" That single shift can change how you think, how you act, and ultimately the path your life follows. The moment you begin believing that your future can improve, you also begin taking the actions that make improvement possible. Sometimes the greatest form of luck is simply choosing a mindset that refuses to give up, because that mindset opens doors that fear never allows you to see. There is an invisible place inside every person where tomorrow quietly begins. It is not controlled by chance or written by fate alone. It is shaped by the beliefs you repeatedly accept as true. Long before your actions become visible, your inner convictions have already started writing the next chapter of your life. From the outside, life often looks unpredictable. Some people seem to move forward effortlessly, while others face one obstacle after another. It is easy to assume that success belongs only to the fortunate, but beneath those appearances lies a deeper reality. The beliefs you consistently hold influence the way you think, the choices you make, and the opportunities you recognize. This goes beyond simple optimism. It is about the powerful connection between your mindset and your daily actions. Every lasting achievement begins as an internal decision before it becomes an external result. When you choose to see yourself as someone who attracts positive opportunities, you are planting a new pattern in your mind. Like a seed placed into healthy soil, that pattern grows through your habits, decisions, and persistence until it becomes visible in your life. Everything meaningful begins within. Before others notice your progress, you must believe growth is possible. Before success becomes visible, you must first become the person who is prepared to receive it. Confidence is built long before results appear. You don't always need proof before taking the first step. Sometimes progress begins the moment you choose to believe that change is possible. That belief influences your behavior, and your behavior gradually influences your future. Life often reflects the attitude you bring into it. If you constantly expect disappointment, your attention naturally focuses on problems. But when you train yourself to expect possibilities, your mind becomes better at recognizing opportunities that were always there. This doesn't mean every day will be easy or every challenge will disappear. Difficult moments remain part of life. The difference is how you respond to them. A hopeful mindset searches for solutions instead of surrendering to fear. The question worth asking is simple. What story have you been repeating to yourself when nobody else is listening? Do you quietly believe that success belongs to other people? Do you assume that good things rarely happen for you? Those hidden beliefs influence more of your life than you may realize. The encouraging news is that those beliefs are not permanent. They can be challenged, replaced, and strengthened through intentional practice. Every day gives you another opportunity to build a healthier inner dialogue. Instead of expecting rejection, expect growth. Instead of assuming every door is closed, remain open to new possibilities. Rather than believing your best days are behind you, choose to believe that your greatest opportunities may still be ahead. Don't wait for perfect circumstances before developing confidence. Confidence grows through action, not comfort. Many successful people acted long before they felt completely ready. Their belief gave them the courage to begin, walk into new situations prepared instead of afraid. Speak with quiet confidence instead of constant self-doubt. Let your actions communicate that you believe your effort has value, even when the outcome remains uncertain. You are not trapped by your past mistakes or limited by other people's opinions. Every new decision gives you another chance to move in a better direction. Your future is shaped more by today's choices than yesterday's disappointments. Every morning presents a fresh opportunity. You can replay yesterday's failures, or you can focus your energy on creating today's progress. The choice is made long before anything changes on the outside. Tell yourself a better story. Replace "nothing ever works for me" with "I can learn, improve, and create new opportunities." Replace fear with preparation. Replace doubt with consistent action. There will be moments when uncertainty returns. That is completely normal. When it does, don't allow one negative thought to become your permanent belief. Remind yourself of the person you are becoming and continue moving forward. Protect your mindset because every meaningful achievement begins there. The habits you strengthen today become the results you experience tomorrow. What many people describe as luck is often the natural outcome of preparation, persistence, confidence, and the willingness to believe that improvement is possible. When your thoughts, actions, and purpose begin moving in the same direction, life feels less like random chance and more like intentional progress. And that quiet alignment is often what people mistake for luck. When your thoughts, emotions, and daily actions move toward the same purpose, life begins to feel different. What once seemed impossible starts becoming achievable. To other people, your progress may appear effortless or unusually fortunate. But behind every visible result is an invisible decision that was made long before anyone noticed it. Many moments that people call luck are actually the result of preparation meeting opportunity. Before an important breakthrough, there is often a quiet moment when someone chooses courage over fear, confidence over doubt, and possibility over limitation. If you look back at your own life, you may discover that your biggest turning points began with a change in perspective. Perhaps you finally believed you were capable of more. Perhaps you stopped allowing past failures to define your future. Maybe you simply decided that your life could improve. That inner shift changed the way you spoke, the opportunities you noticed, and the actions you were willing to take. Little by little, your outer life began reflecting your new direction. This is what real alignment looks like. Your goals, beliefs, decisions, and actions begin working together instead of pulling against one another. Instead of constantly fighting yourself, you start moving with greater clarity and purpose. When your mindset supports your ambitions, you naturally become more open to meeting new people, learning new skills, and recognizing opportunities that fear once caused you to ignore. Others may describe these moments as lucky timing, but they often grow from consistent preparation and a willingness to keep moving forward. Everything begins with your inner dialogue. The way you speak to yourself influences the choices you make every day. If your thoughts constantly tell you that success belongs to someone else, your actions will quietly follow that belief. But when your inner voice begins encouraging growth instead of fear, your behavior changes as well. There is incredible strength in believing that your future is not limited by your past. When your imagination, your expectations, and your daily actions all support the same goal, you develop a quiet confidence that cannot easily be shaken. This doesn't mean life becomes free of obstacles. Challenges remain part of every meaningful journey. The difference is that you no longer allow temporary setbacks to define your identity. Instead, you treat them as lessons that move you closer to the person you are becoming. Maintaining this mindset requires consistency. It is easy to believe in yourself when everything is going well. The real challenge is choosing hope when results have not yet appeared. That is where character grows. Keep moving with confidence even when progress feels slow. Continue preparing for opportunities before they arrive. Stay grateful for the growth already taking place, even if it is not yet visible to everyone else. Every achievement exists twice, first as an idea, then as reality. Before something changes in your environment, it usually changes in your thinking. The person you become internally eventually shapes the life you build externally. You know your mindset is changing when calm begins replacing constant worry, when trust becomes stronger than fear, when your daily thoughts encourage action instead of excuses. At that point, you stop chasing every opportunity with desperation. Instead, you become someone who is prepared when opportunities appear. People may call it perfect timing, but you know it came from months or years of quiet preparation. Think about the moments when you refused to quit, even though nobody else understood your vision. Those unseen decisions often become the foundation for your greatest achievements. The encouraging truth is that this path is available to anyone. You don't need a perfect upbringing, unlimited resources, or constant approval from others. What matters most is your willingness to develop beliefs that support growth instead of limitation. Choose to believe that your efforts matter. Believe that each step forward has value, even when results seem small. Let that belief shape your habits, your attitude, and your daily decisions. As those beliefs grow stronger, confidence begins replacing hesitation. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating momentum through consistent action. Real transformation rarely happens through force alone. It happens when your thoughts, your choices, and your actions begin moving together toward the same purpose. When that harmony develops, progress no longer feels random. What once looked like coincidence begins to look like the natural result of persistence, preparation, and an unshakable commitment to becoming your best self. To someone watching from the outside, your progress may seem like extraordinary luck. They may believe everything simply fell into place for you. But only you know the quiet work that happened long before anyone saw the results. Real transformation begins within. Before your circumstances change, your perspective changes. Before success becomes visible, your identity starts to evolve. That invisible shift is where every meaningful journey truly begins. Most people spend their lives believing happiness comes after achievement. They tell themselves, once I reach my goal, then I'll feel confident. Once I succeed, then I'll feel at peace. Their emotions are controlled by circumstances they cannot fully control. A healthier approach is to begin developing those qualities now. Practice confidence before you feel completely ready. Choose gratitude before everything is perfect. Build peace within yourself instead of waiting for the world to become peaceful. Your current circumstances may reflect yesterday's habits and decisions, but they do not have to determine tomorrow. Every new choice gives you the opportunity to move in a different direction. When you begin acting with greater confidence, your decisions improve. When your thoughts become more hopeful, your attention naturally shifts toward possibilities instead of obstacles. The change starts quietly, but over time it becomes impossible to ignore. Rather than asking, how will I ever become successful? Ask yourself, how would a confident, disciplined, and successful person think and behave today? Then begin practicing those habits immediately. The version of yourself you are becoming should guide today's choices, not yesterday's fears. Every decision becomes easier when it aligns with the person you want to become instead of the person you used to be. Many people remain trapped because they constantly feel as though success is somewhere far away. Their thoughts are filled with waiting, wishing, and doubting. That mindset creates hesitation instead of progress. Instead, shorten the distance between where you are and where you want to be by living according to the values of your future self today. Develop the discipline, confidence, and consistency that future version of you already possesses. Spend time visualizing the life you are working toward. Picture yourself handling challenges with calmness. Imagine yourself speaking confidently, solving problems wisely, and making decisions with purpose. These mental rehearsals prepare your mind for real opportunities. Visualization alone is not enough, but when it inspires meaningful action, it becomes a powerful tool for growth. Your imagination can help shape your confidence long before the results become visible. Stay committed even when progress seems slow. Don't allow temporary delays to convince you that your efforts are wasted. Growth often happens quietly before it becomes obvious. Every challenge, every unexpected turn, and every season of waiting can become part of your development if you choose to learn instead of giving up. One of the greatest rewards of this mindset is peace. You stop comparing your journey with everyone else's. You stop questioning your value every time something doesn't go according to plan. Instead, you trust the process while continuing to do the work. Gratitude also takes on a deeper meaning. Instead of appreciating only the destination, you become thankful for every lesson, every opportunity, and every step of progress along the way. That attitude changes how you experience life. It helps you notice opportunities, build stronger relationships, and stay motivated during difficult seasons. Little by little, your actions begin creating results that once seemed impossible. To others, your success may appear sudden or lucky, but you know it was built through countless quiet moments of belief, discipline, preparation, and consistent action. Long before the world noticed the outcome, you had already committed yourself to becoming the person capable of achieving it. Real transformation rarely arrives with loud announcements. More often, it begins with something small, a fresh idea, an unexpected conversation, a new opportunity, or a simple realization that changes the way you see yourself. At first, the progress may seem almost invisible, but over time, those small moments connect and create remarkable change. The greatest shift happens when you stop trying to become someone different and start living according to the person you are already choosing to be. Your self-image influences your habits, your decisions, and the confidence you bring into every situation. If you want your future to look different, begin by changing the way you think about yourself today. Spend time imagining the person you are becoming. Let your actions reflect that identity instead of your fears. Return to that vision often until it becomes familiar. Your future is not something you simply wait to arrive. It is something you gradually build through the thoughts you practice, the choices you repeat, and the habits you strengthen every single day. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is gratitude. Most people reserve gratitude for moments when everything finally works out. They celebrate only after success appears. But gratitude can also become a daily mindset. Appreciating what you already have gives you the emotional strength to keep moving toward what you still hope to achieve. It reminds you that progress is already happening, even when the destination is still ahead. Choosing gratitude before everything is perfect is not pretending that life has no problems. It is deciding that difficulties will not steal your ability to recognize blessings, growth, and opportunity. When you focus on what is working instead of only what is missing, your perspective changes. Your mind becomes calmer, your decisions become wiser, and your energy is directed towards solutions instead of constant frustration. People who remain hopeful during difficult seasons often share one quality. They continue believing in their purpose even when results take time. Delays do not convince them to quit because they understand that meaningful success is usually built step by step. When obstacles appear, they ask, "What can this teach me?" instead of immediately assuming failure. When one opportunity closes, they prepare themselves for the next one instead of losing confidence. That mindset creates resilience. It allows them to remain joyful without ignoring reality. Their optimism is not based on perfect circumstances, but on the belief that growth is still possible. Others may question that attitude. They may wonder how someone can remain hopeful without immediate results. The answer is simple. Confidence grows from purpose, preparation, and consistent effort, not from instant success. Your inner attitude shapes your outer behavior. When you believe your efforts matter, you naturally speak with more confidence, make better decisions, and notice opportunities that fear once caused you to overlook. Gratitude is much more than saying thank you. It is a daily reminder that every step forward has value. It keeps your attention on progress instead of comparison. People who practice gratitude consistently often experience greater peace because they spend less time worrying about what they cannot control and more time improving what they can. Imagine beginning every morning by appreciating your health, your abilities, your lessons, and the opportunities waiting ahead. Imagine approaching each goal with determination instead of desperation. That simple habit changes the way you carry yourself. It reduces anxiety, strengthens confidence, and helps you remain focused during uncertain seasons. As your mindset changes, your actions naturally improve. You communicate more clearly. You become more patient with setbacks. New ideas emerge. Relationships grow stronger. Solutions appear where frustration once dominated. None of this happens because of magic or luck alone. It happens because your daily thoughts influence your daily choices, and your daily choices eventually shape your future. When your heart is filled with gratitude and your actions remain consistent, you stop living from fear of failure. Instead, you begin living with confidence, purpose, and quiet determination. That inner transformation becomes visible to everyone around you. They may call it luck, but you know it is the result of disciplined thinking, steady action, and the decision to keep moving forward regardless of temporary setbacks. Gratitude becomes truly powerful when it exists before the outcome appears. It is more than saying thank you. It is a quiet decision to trust the journey even while the destination is still invisible. That trust calms the mind, strengthens the heart, and replaces fear with hope. Life will always present seasons of uncertainty. There will be moments when progress feels slow, answers seem distant, and nothing appears to be changing. During those times, gratitude becomes more than an emotion. It becomes a source of stability. It reminds you that temporary setbacks do not define your future. Choosing gratitude in difficult moments changes the way you experience those moments. Instead of becoming overwhelmed by uncertainty, you remain focused on growth. Instead of believing every delay is failure, you begin to see that patience is often preparing you for something greater. Many of life's greatest opportunities arrive quietly. Looking back, you often realize that the path was leading you forward even when you believed you were standing still. The lessons, relationships, and experiences that once seemed unrelated eventually come together to form a bigger picture. When success finally arrives, it rarely feels completely unfamiliar. That is because you have already prepared yourself mentally. You have imagined the possibility, worked toward it consistently, and become the kind of person capable of handling it with confidence. Gratitude helps build that mindset. It encourages you to appreciate today's progress while remaining excited about tomorrow's possibilities. Instead of living in constant worry, you begin living with greater peace and purpose. The attitude you carry each day influences every conversation, every decision, and every opportunity you encounter. Confidence, kindness, resilience, and hope create a positive atmosphere that others naturally respond to. Many people spend all their energy trying to change external circumstances without first examining the habits and beliefs guiding their actions. Lasting transformation usually begins inside. When your thinking changes, your choices improve. When your choices improve, your future gradually changes as well. If you constantly expect disappointment, your attention naturally searches for evidence to support that expectation. But when you believe that growth is possible, your mind begins recognizing opportunities that fear once overlooked. Take a moment to observe the patterns in your life. Consider the relationships you build, the decisions you repeat, and the habits you practice every day. These patterns often reveal the beliefs operating beneath the surface. Your future is shaped less by what you occasionally say and more by what you consistently believe and repeatedly do. A few encouraging words cannot outweigh habits that move in the opposite direction. Real change happens when your daily actions begin matching your highest values. Confidence becomes stronger when you practice courage. Self-respect grows when you honor your commitments. Hope becomes natural when you repeatedly choose progress instead of excuses. Think of your mindset like the foundation of a building. If the foundation is weak, everything above it becomes unstable. Strengthening your inner beliefs creates a stronger base for every goal you pursue. Growth rarely happens overnight. Small improvements repeated consistently create extraordinary results over time. As your confidence grows, your expectations become healthier, your vision becomes clearer, and your willingness to take meaningful action increases. One powerful question can change your direction. Who am I becoming through the choices I make today? That question shifts your attention away from blaming circumstances and toward taking responsibility for your own growth. A victim waits for life to improve. A responsible person looks for the next step they can control. While you cannot control everything that happens around you, you can always choose your response, your attitude, and your next action. When you begin living intentionally, you stop chasing every outcome with anxiety. Instead, you invest your energy in becoming wiser, stronger, and more prepared. That inner confidence becomes something you carry everywhere. Challenges do not disappear, but they no longer control your peace. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to grow stronger. Every setback becomes a lesson that increases your resilience. Every disappointment teaches you something valuable about persistence. Eventually, you begin expecting opportunities instead of constantly expecting problems. Your focus naturally shifts toward possibilities, solutions, and meaningful progress. People may describe your journey as fortunate because they only see the visible results. They do not see the quiet discipline, the repeated decisions, the consistent habits, and the inner growth that made those results possible. Your attitude becomes the signal you send into every situation. It influences how you respond, how others respond to you, and how prepared you are when opportunities appear. If your life is not yet reflecting the future you hope for, begin by strengthening the person you are becoming today. Improve your thinking, refine your habits, build your character. Let your actions consistently reflect the future you want to create. Over time, that inner transformation becomes impossible to hide. Your confidence grows, your decisions improve. Your relationships become healthier. New opportunities appear. To many people, it may look like luck, but you will know it was the natural result of the mindset, discipline, and persistence you practiced every single day. People may one day describe your success as good luck, perfect timing, or coincidence. They will only see the results. They won't see the quiet hours of preparation, the decisions you made when no one was watching, or the mindset you developed long before success became visible. Your life is influenced by the beliefs you repeatedly strengthen through your thoughts and actions. The way you see yourself shapes the choices you make, the risks you are willing to take, and the opportunities you recognize. If financial success is one of your goals, begin by developing the habits and mindset of someone who manages money wisely. Think beyond survival. Learn valuable skills, improve your discipline, and make decisions from confidence instead of fear. Take a few moments each day to imagine the future you are working toward. Picture yourself living without constant financial stress. See yourself making thoughtful decisions, helping others, investing in your growth, and using your resources with wisdom. The purpose of visualization is not to escape reality. Its purpose is to strengthen your motivation so your daily actions move you closer to the future you desire. Notice how people with lasting success often carry themselves. They make decisions with calmness instead of panic. They think long-term instead of reacting emotionally to every challenge. They focus on creating value rather than chasing quick rewards. Their confidence does not come only from the amount of money they have. It comes from the knowledge that they can continue creating opportunities because they trust their abilities and remain committed to learning. You can begin developing that same mindset today. Ask yourself, how would a financially responsible, disciplined, and confident person approach this decision? Then choose the action that reflects that identity. This is not about pretending to be wealthy. It is about becoming the kind of person who can responsibly build and manage success over time. Real confidence grows from preparation, knowledge, and consistent action. Your current financial situation does not permanently define your future. Every day gives you another opportunity to improve your skills, strengthen your habits, and make wiser choices. When you stop allowing fear to control your decisions, you become more open to learning, investing in yourself, and recognizing opportunities that were previously hidden by doubt. Many people remain trapped because they assume today's circumstances will always remain the same. They allow temporary difficulties to become permanent beliefs. But every lasting improvement begins when someone decides to think differently and act differently. Instead of asking whether success is possible, ask yourself whether you are willing to become the person capable of creating it. That question shifts your attention from wishing to growing. Your mindset is one of your greatest assets. It influences how you solve problems, how you respond to setbacks, and how consistently you continue moving toward your goals. Imagine the future you hope to build. See yourself making confident financial decisions, creating meaningful opportunities, and living with greater freedom and responsibility. Let that vision inspire today's actions. Like a tree that begins as a small seed or a building that starts as a simple blueprint. Every meaningful achievement begins with an idea followed by consistent effort. Dreams become reality when they are supported by discipline, patience, and action. Don't allow doubt to become louder than your commitment. Every person who achieves something worthwhile experiences uncertainty at times. The difference is that they continue learning and moving forward despite it. The past does not have to control your future. What matters most is the direction you choose today. Strengthen your beliefs through positive habits, responsible decisions, continuous learning, and consistent effort. Over time, those small daily choices create extraordinary results. Others may describe your journey as luck, but you will know it was built through persistence, preparation, and the decision to believe in your potential even before the evidence became visible. Many people will call your progress luck because they only witness the destination, never the journey. They see the success, but not the countless moments when you chose hope over fear, discipline over comfort, and confidence over doubt. What appears effortless from the outside is often the result of an inner transformation that began long before the results became visible. The way you see yourself quietly shapes the direction of your life. Your beliefs influence your decisions, your habits, and the opportunities you recognize. When your mindset changes, your behavior follows, and over time, your circumstances begin to reflect those changes. If financial freedom is your goal, don't wait until you have it before developing the mindset needed to manage it. Start building the habits of someone who values wisdom, responsibility, and long-term growth. Learn continuously, make thoughtful decisions, and focus on creating value wherever you can. Take time each day to picture the future you are working toward. Imagine living without constant financial anxiety. See yourself making confident decisions, helping your family, investing in meaningful opportunities, and using your resources with purpose. Let that vision inspire your actions instead of remaining only a dream. Visualization is valuable because it prepares your mind for the future you want to create. But imagination alone is never enough. Real change happens when that vision is supported by learning, discipline, and consistent effort. Notice how people who achieve lasting success often think differently. They remain calm during uncertainty. They focus on solutions instead of problems. They make decisions based on purpose rather than panic. Their confidence grows because they trust their ability to keep learning and adapting. You can begin developing that same confidence today. Before making an important decision, ask yourself, what choice would my future successful self make? Then take one practical step in that direction. This isn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about becoming the person capable of creating the future you desire. Real confidence comes from preparation, character, and daily discipline, not from appearances. Your current financial situation is only one chapter of your story, not the entire book. Every new skill you learn, every wise decision you make, and every positive habit you build becomes another investment in your future. Many people remain stuck because they believe today's circumstances define tomorrow's possibilities. But lasting success begins the moment you stop allowing temporary setbacks to become permanent beliefs. Instead of asking, "Can I ever become successful?" ask, "What can I improve today?" That simple shift moves your attention from worrying about the future to taking meaningful action in the present. Your mindset is one of your greatest resources. It affects how you solve problems, how you respond to challenges, and how consistently you continue working toward your goals. Think of a seed planted beneath the soil. For a long time, nothing appears on the surface, yet unseen growth is already taking place. In the same way, every skill you develop, every lesson you learn, and every disciplined habit you repeat is preparing you for future opportunities that have not yet appeared. Doubt may still visit you from time to time, but it doesn't have to control your direction. Every successful person has faced uncertainty. The difference is that they refuse to let uncertainty become an excuse to stop moving focus on what you can control today. Build your knowledge, strengthen your character, improve your financial habits. Stay patient with the process while remaining committed to your goals. Over time, your confidence grows because it is supported by experience instead of wishful thinking. Your actions become more intentional, your decisions become wiser, and opportunities become easier to recognize because you have prepared yourself to seize them. Successes is not something you endlessly chase. It is something you gradually build through consistent learning, responsible choices, and disciplined action. When those qualities become part of your identity, your results naturally begin to change. The way you carry yourself also changes. You become calmer under pressure, more confident in uncertainty, and more focused on creating value than impressing others. That quiet confidence often attracts trust, relationships, and opportunities. People may describe your journey as fortunate because they only see the outcome. But you know the truth. Behind every achievement were countless invisible decisions, moments when you chose growth instead of excuses, persistence instead of quitting, and belief in your potential instead of surrendering to fear. In the end, lasting prosperity isn't built by luck alone. It is built through the combination of vision, discipline, wise action, continuous learning, and the courage to keep moving forward even when success has not yet become visible. As you move forward, remember this one truth: every lasting achievement begins long before anyone else can see it. It starts with a decision to grow instead of complain, to learn instead of settle, and to keep moving when giving up seems easier. The life you dream about is not created by one lucky moment. It is shaped by the small choices you make every single day, every book you read, every skill you master, every promise you keep to yourself becomes another step toward the person you are meant to become. There will be obstacles, there will be delays. Some days will test your patience, and others will challenge your confidence. But those moments are not there to stop you. They are there to strengthen you. Every challenge teaches resilience. Every setback offers wisdom. Every failure carries a lesson that success could never teach. Stop comparing your journey with someone else's timeline. Your path is unique. Focus on becoming a little stronger, a little wiser, and a little better than you were yesterday. Real progress is measured by growth, not by comparison. Success belongs to those who stay committed when excitement fades. Anyone can feel motivated for a day. Very few people remain disciplined for months or years. Yet it is discipline, not temporary emotion, that creates extraordinary results. Believe in your ability to adapt. Believe that your future can be greater than your past. Keep showing up, even when the rewards are invisible. The effort you invest today is building opportunities you cannot yet see. One day, the doors that once seemed impossible will open. The goals that once felt distant will become reality. People will notice your confidence, your wisdom, and your achievements. Some will call it luck. Others will say you were simply in the right place at the right time. But you will know something they never saw. They never witnessed the mornings you chose discipline over comfort, They never saw the nights you kept learning while others gave up. They never felt the doubts you overcame or the fears you refused to obey. Your success was never an accident. It was built by consistency. It was strengthened by patience. It was earned through courage. So keep moving forward with confidence. Protect your vision. Stay humble enough to keep learning and determined enough to never quit. Because the future doesn't belong to the most talented, it belongs to those who refuse to stop growing. And when your story is finally told, people may describe it as luck. But deep inside, you'll smile because you'll know it wasn't luck at all. It was the result of the person you chose to become, one decision at a time.